Hey all, it's Wardrobe here. Just want to go over some of the mistakes and tactical things I kind of messed up, I feel like, in Stalingrad 42, my first playing of it. The first one was about 2 or 3 turns in. I didn't do breakthrough for the Germans. I didn't really even, I don't think I even knew it was there for a little while, and then I didn't quite understand it. And it's really not that challenging. Really, it just basically costs you you get 4 advance and you can do 4 things, or 4 advances, or 4, I don't know if you can do 4 attacks, but it's not as hard as I was making it, but I do need to kind of do it a few more times to nail it down. I should say, this isn't a tutorial video. I'm not going to really go over what was right. I'll just go over kind of what I did wrong. So the second thing, determined defense. I used it too liberally for the Soviets. They're very limited on what they can do until turn 9 and later. Only the NKVD can do it, or any units that could do a desperate defense, which is kind of like the second level, which would mean if you're going to be eliminated by retreat, which I did have a few times, or if you're in a port hex, which really wouldn't have come up here. So there's that. Number 3, remnants. I caught this later and I kind of fixed it, but I did kind of mess it up. But there's some units have 3 steps, and it's when they have a thin stripe on the back, and then there's a very wide stripe when you're on the last step. So that was bad, but I did make it up, sort of. Fourth one, victory points, victory conditions. You can surround the VP hexes, and if they can't get supply, then that still counts as though you won that hex. So that would have captured. I also could have got a unit 1 VP south of the Don, and I did notice there was a road when I was watching my last video. I'm like, oh, I could have just popped down there. So, and the Soviets should defend that too, probably. So that's that. Now let's talk about, and disrupted. I just watched a video by Counterattack, and if you're disrupted, then it is harder to, well, I guess that's actually kind of good transition, actually. I'm sorry. This is a good transition into the tactical mistakes. When you're disrupted, it's important to get next to that guy that's disrupted, the enemy, because then they have to roll to recover that. Whereas if they're out in the open, and I did that just thinking, okay, they're disrupted, so they're done for now. Well, I should have got next to them at least, and then it would have made them harder to recover. All right, let's get into these tactical mistakes. I didn't move my mobile units forward enough and really push them forward. I mean, that's just obviously what you do. You get those mobile units to move 6, those heavy breakers, those elites, move them quick, and then use all this infantry just to kind of clean up, mop up, and cover the supply lines. I just did not do it very deliberately. I thought about it a few times, but I didn't really stick to it. There's balancing the supply and the resource point usage. I didn't really understand the best way to use that. When to use to get the supply trucks and when to flip over the headquarters, which leads me to keeping the headquarters on the tracks. I think you need to find that balance. If you keep headquarters on tracks, then you can use those resource points to flip them over. If they're not, then you have to have supply with them. So that's where you have to find that balance. But it wouldn't be too hard to keep a couple on tracks. For some reason, I noticed I got a few of them off, and I think it was just to get them close to battles. And that is a purposeful typo. And the second to last one, yeah, use the roads more better. I didn't do, actually, it is a typo, more bettered. Anyway, I use the roads better. Just get as many movement points as you can, clear off the roads. Soviets defend the roads, because I mean, you can move half and double, so that those 6s can move 12, and then if you add another 3 movement points onto them, that's another 6 hexes. So you can move 18 hexes, which is great. So again, use those tanks to clear those roads, because even the other units, the infantry, get 6 movement points. And finally, the Soviets using those fortifications. I don't think I just never could quite figure out how to best place them. But that would come with playing, and again, a way to slow down those Germans. I would say another thing, I just now thought of this, would be, lastly, the best way to use the reinforcements for both sides, where to put those reinforcements and also the replacements. And because you don't have to keep things in armies or divisions, which is fine. I just need to know where to put them. So that's that. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll talk to you, and hopefully get this to the table. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll watch this next time I play so I can remember what I need to do better. Thanks a lot, all. Subscribe, smash that bell, blah, blah, blah. Love y'all. See ya.